Do I regret spending $10,000 to move from Pittsburgh to Nashville as someone who is now in a long distance relationship with someone who still lives in Pittsburgh? Back in May, I made kind of an impulsive decision to move from Pittsburgh to Nashville. I broke my lease. I came down here, I signed a lease. Between the cost to break my lease and then get an apartment down here, get furniture down here, the move ended up costing me around $10,000. Where the plot thickens is that 2 weeks before I moved, after everything was signed, everything was finalized, I met my now boyfriend at the Pirates game in Pittsburgh, and we decided to like see where it went, and now we're doing long distance. Here's the thing that did obviously change my like moving to Nashville in my 20s experience. Honestly though, I do not regret it in the slightest. I wholeheartedly believe that everyone should move away from home at some point in their 20s. I think this was the absolute perfect time for me to move away now that I'm like financially comfortable and I could afford moving down here. The reason why I was so quick to jump on the opportunity to move down back in May and like broke my lease and moved down here kind of impulsively was because I knew that if I didn't move at that point, I never would have, which honestly is so true. If I would have met my now boyfriend before making that decision, I wouldn't have went, and then I always would have regretted never leaving Pittsburgh. Now that I'm down here, I do think that I got the whole like moving away from home thing out of my system, and it definitely made me realize how convenient and how awesome it is to live so close to your family. And I think if I was in a different situation, like single, but then also didn't have a dog, I don't think I would mind living away from home as much as I do. But since moving to Nashville in July, I have made the drive from Nashville to Pittsburgh and back like 4 different times because I have a large dog that can't fly. So if I want to go home, I kind of have to drive if I want to bring her. Parents also live over an hour away from Pittsburgh and from the airport and everything. So if I do go home, it's just like more convenient for me to have my car. So I've been driving a lot. Literally just got back from driving home for Thanksgiving, and now I'm driving again next Friday for Christmas for 2 weeks. I also just realized over the last 6 months how much of a homebody I am and how I am the happiest when I'm just like in my space. It honestly has made me super neutral about the city that I live in. I talked about this in my videos about buying a house next year, and that's half the reason for it, since I do spend so much time at home and I am so happy here. I'm just ready to have my own space that like truly is mine and I can really invest into. Overall, Nashville is such an amazing city. I could not have picked a better place. I've been making the most amazing friends here. I feel like it's a place that I'm going to come back to frequently, especially because I have made such great friends here. But there's absolutely no reason for me to be living here, and the pros definitely outweigh the cons for me living in Pittsburgh.